So today I'm going to give a quick review on Demon Souls and what my experience has been. I am not someone that played the original 2013 version on PlayStation 3. So this is a brand new game to me on the PS5, never having played before. So I did create a knight character on this. So far, it's pretty good. I've got it set to performance mode um, on X900 HTV. So this is the Nexus area. I did finally get one of my first weapons I bought last night, which is the axe. I will tell you, I've died so many times. This game is very frustrating and unforgiving at times, especially when you get through specific areas. You get pretty far, and you think, "Oh, this will be easy," and then you die in this beginning stage here. So this is the main first level you get to after you complete the tutorial online. I'm not the best player in the world, so it's very possible that I may not make it through this unscathed. So you can roll out of the way. You can also move to the side when they go to strike, and they will miss. A couple bugs I have noticed thus far, though, and that's that um, sometimes when I'm like targeted on them, got the target lock bot, which is what you use with the right Joy-Con or R3 when you press down on it. It'll lock onto the enemy, and I will be facing them locked on, and somehow I still miss them. Um, that's been with the sword though, so I don't know if that'll happen with this axe here. I did use the club for a little bit, and that's a pretty good weapon too. The only downside to using it is that you can't use the fire effect on it to do damage. Obviously, the club will burn, um, but it works really well on the sword. The mechanics seem pretty good as I accidentally walk into the fire there. Um, you can roll as you see me do a couple times. You do have the stamina meter, which is the green bar up there at the top left that you see go away and then fill up. Now, this main gate here is one that I've unlocked. It's got a boss in it. That's pretty difficult. And as you kill guys, you collect the souls. You see your soul counter up in the top right corner. And sometimes it'll say examine corpse. Now, down at the bottom left there, you'll see a little hotbar. If you press down on the D-pad, these are items you have socketed. So my health is pretty low. So this grass here will help get me pretty close to the top of it. And then this pine resin is what you can do to make your weapon a flame weapon, which is pretty cool. So one thing I found is kind of useful after I got that gate open, which took me days and many tries. And luckily, one of my friends kind of helped get me there part of the way. I mean, not wanting to give me too much info so I can discover things for myself as well. So that was kind of nice too. You know, he's like, I don't know what would happen if you did that, even though he actually did know. So one thing we have done, a couple of my friends have shared our screen while the person's been playing to kind of see what they're doing if we get stuck, which again is useful. These guys laying here, this is new. I have not seen this before where they have a bunch of different stuff on there. So you can go into your inventory here and we can see what I have armor-wise and press over with the D-pad. I always forget and try other things, but this, obviously you can see these, the old ragged robes are not great compared to what I have. Probably the same with the boots too, I imagine. So we're going to go in here, and this is one of the gates I had to unlock to get to this point to where it's kind of like a shortcut. So there's some shortcuts in the game that'll help you be able to get further. And these guys with the flaming swords can be challenging, especially if you get a little too close, they light you on fire. sometimes I'll use these corners to kind of help myself. And you can always tell when you're locked onto an enemy because they'll have that little dot on them. But overall, I would say the gameplay is pretty good. If you've never played this game, just be prepared to get very aggravated at times, and I think they just killed each other. That's one of the nice things with the flame weapons. Sometimes another enemy will be trying to hit you, or if they do hit you and another one's in the way, the other enemy takes damage and oftentimes just dies. So, kind of nice. So he missed me. I normally go with the heart attack first, which is R2, followed by a light attack, which is L1. There's nothing really up here, but you can see where I'm at is right there is where the beginning was, where I came up the stairs. Even in performance mode, the graphics are really nice looking. I'm still really impressed with that overall. But yeah, so Demon Souls, I would say if you're hesitant about buying it, go ahead and give it a try. I mean, it's a really good game. It is going to get frustrating at times. You're going to have areas where you're like, man, I got through this so easy last time, and then it's really challenging. Now, your weapons will break, but there is a guy in the beginning area called the Nexus that you can go to and repair. It's a blacksmith. And then you'll have these little areas on the ground, which if you go over them, it'll say read the message, and it'll give some good tips. Like this says, enjoy the shortcut, because this is, again, a shortcut to a different area. The bloodstains, I'm going to assume that's maybe from where you've died in the past. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, it'll show people fighting and stuff. I don't think that's me specifically, because there's been times where someone's had a halberd or something like that, which I do not have. Now this guy out here, this is one of the main guys. If I went the other way, it takes a while to get to, but he is not fun, to say the least. He is more challenging, and he does heal himself. So normally I would use a firebomb, but I don't have any, and I'm stuck on this thing here. And you can see the examine corpse thing, and I'll get items again. So I've got more of that moongrass, which is really nice because that gives you a pretty good health boost. And I will say I have fallen when there's a lot of different stairways, and fallen to my death, so just be mindful of your surroundings. Some of the guys, as you see, throw fire bombs, so you gotta be careful of that as well. Now, I will say with the sword you start with, you can sometimes one-shot guys. And then you'll learn where different guys are so that you can move out of the way so you don't get multiples at a time. And then there'll be another guy to the left here, so we're going to be careful starting out. And I need health really bad. There we go. Sometimes I don't know if they're going to try a second attack or not. And then here will be one of the guys. So you can see I have 833 souls right now. And you can obviously break barriers out of your way to some degree. And then this is one of the guys you can talk to buy stuff. He's pretty pricey though. You can't repair things here with the Dredgeling guy, but you can still purchase items. So you can go through here. You can see what I have, and then there's different options here of what you can buy. So the fire bombs, I mean, they are a nice thing, but for 500 souls, that's pretty pricey. So I'm just going to skip him. Now, without spoiling it too much, I will say that there's an area that you come to that has a red dragon that will fireball you. Shoots flames all over the place. and I believe you can take at least one hit. I don't even think both these guys at the same time. I kind of have that issue where I want to go in swinging all the time, which sometimes does bite me. Some of this is about patience, though. I mean, I don't know what the other... Ooh, he got mixed up. I don't know what the other classes are like. I just like the knight because I figure he's going to be my damage taker. But if you can get around the guys like I do when they swing, they'll miss too, and they also have their own stamina. So they may do some crazy attacks there for a while. And some of these things are like, yeah, no shit. When it's like avoid ambushes, you're like, duh. But some of the things are really awful as well. You can tell I've played this area quite a bit because I know where enemies are, I know what to expect when I get up there. And these archers can be annoying. Now this guy coming up here is another one of those guys that we saw a moment ago with the big shield and everything that can heal himself, so my best advice on him is to go hard. Use fire bombs if you can, if not then use the fire equipped weapon. Fight him on the stairs if you can, because that seems to work out pretty decently. Normally I don't do that well, so that's kind of funny that I was able to do that. Archer got me a little bit. This guy normally I knock off here. Now, you won't die if you fall right here, but it's good damage to you, so I wouldn't recommend jumping down there. I normally try and look down there to see if he has anything on him to collect, because you'll normally tell, because there'll be like a little white dot near the character as well. At least that's what it seems like. That is the first time I've had the stones knock me back, so that's different. But anyways, I hope you guys like this brief look at Demon's Souls. Like I said, I would highly recommend it. It's a great game. It's a very frustrating game, so, you know, if you're someone that gets frustrated and just can't deal with games that are a little bit more challenging, you know, it might be kind of a on the fence thing. If you have a friend that has it, it might be good to let them see if you can play it some to see how you like it. But overall, I would say it's definitely worth a buy. It's a great game, and it's just challenging. So if you haven't already, go ahead and click the like button and click subscribe so you're notified when I put up new content. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great day.